Ladies and gentlemen, boy do I have a match for you today. This is your favorite skunk, and we are back again in the fog with a very interesting Global League game. I was looking through some of my old replays that I had submitted to other people, and I found this absolute cursed match that I'm actually kind of shocked never got picked up by anyone else. Probably for the spoiler, the length. So this here is a Grit versus Von Bolt match on Redemption World I had like a year ago. And what makes this one so interesting is this is possibly the biggest testament to the Gritroach theory. I was watching an AWBW video where he was playing Grit, and he referred to Grit as a cockroach, and I think this game is the perfect example of why you just sometimes just can't kill Grit. It is a perfect example of Grit should have died 13 different times, and he just doesn't. He just doesn't go away. Von Bolt is desperately trying to stomp this little roach out of existence, and he just fails. It is a beautiful symphony of just mistakes on both parts. This is back when I was a lot worse at the game. This account is my Block of Cheese account, which has appeared on the channel one other time. And that account's original intention was to practice COs I was not familiar with, including Grit. Now, Grit is actually not terrible for this map. It is a pretty good artillery map, and he can lock quite. But it's also Grit v Von Bolt. And Von Bolt is obviously the pick on this map. Back when this map was in the Global League rotation, it was just all Von Bolt mirror. There's way too much brawling happening around cities, and it's really hard for Hawk to stall to beat Von Bolt. This is just Von Bolt's house, and Grit is just in it being a little terror. So, but the thing is with Grit, is like, sure, he's hard to kill, but he doesn't win. Grit has to win, so let's find out together just how everything goes horribly awry. So, up in the red, we have Lord Jaw, my opponent of the day here. We're just to see some pretty normal capture phase stuff. I go immediately upwards to get up to these properties. I wasn't super familiar with the map at the time. I didn't understand that like I should rush for this at the time, or this. Looking back, I could definitely see some differentials in play. And we see a day 3 recon by Jaw. Understandable, you're fighting Grit. I think everyone knows that against Grit you should open recon every time. Honestly, I would have probably forgone this tap for another turn. Yep, here comes the freaky Riki coming down, the day 3 Riki. Nothing but infantry for me. And yep, another recon. Both strong side recons, interestingly enough. So, Von Bolt is doing his best Sturm impression here. And to be fair, recons are quite good in this map. There's this long, lanky terrain here. Just lots of 0-star terrain. So recons are quite good. Even for like any CO, honestly. And we see a weak side tank open up by myself. So I like Von Bolt's opener quite a bit. Tank goes into the woods. Shabushki. Just doing all of our bat captures. Looking back on this match, I really think I should have been way more greedy with my capture game. I want to secure my half of the map as early as possible. And I'm fighting into a CO who's going to have no problem using his day-to-day to bully the crap out of me. Grit directs are really bad. So fighting into 10% extra defense from Von Bolt is like doubly bad. I see actually have double tanks opened. 2 Grit tanks, and yep, smash. Actually rolls me down to 4 with no comm tower even. So that was quite fortunate for him. I don't think that's the average roll there. So already we see just the pressure is on. This is how you fight Grit correctly. You just, as I put it, early anti-air I don't like this as much. Anti-air are good against Grit because they can get through his walls, but I think this is too early. Like you just finished your airport. I think suspecting a Grit copter at this point is a little much. I think I would have liked a double recon by it here instead, or even a tank on the other side. But anti-air it's a little too early for that. So unfortunately, my greed gets the better of me. I should have absolutely taken the shot from the city. There's zero reason why I did not. This is just risky. I'm just asking to get blasted. I'm asking to get punished in every way imaginable. And I buy my first shooty boy. Grit Artillery are very good. They're very good because they just kind of delete a unit every single turn that they fire. Because they have the extra 20% firepower, 30% with a comm tower. So even against Von Bolt's extra defense, they're still very formidable. Oh, 9-4. God, and he's another shot off, just absolutely wrecking my face in. It's such a bad early game for me. But is it enough to stop out the Gritroach? I don't know. We'll have to see. Keep in mind, normally on this map, this city here and like this city are very safe. You can't really interrupt these very well. They're just way too close to the reinforcement lines. But here we see that we're gonna have some rounds. And yeah, I'm just basically sending this tank to die. This tank's dead. Because this tank's gonna come kerplowed it, and I'm gonna get interrupted anyway by the 4 HP repeat. We actually saw a T-copter over here. I don't know about this so early. I understand it, but that's 5k less funds going to harass Grit early on. So I think I would have preferred to see more vehicles. You just want more vehicles. You just want vehicles. You just want recons. You just want things that are going to bully Grit. So a T-copter this early into the match, I think is a little much. But maybe he's trying to just end it early, which is fair. We see a battlecopter. Battlecopters are also very good in Grit. So right now, Jaw is just doing his damnedest here to harass and bully. I'm actually breaking this pipe. I don't know what I'm cooking. I don't know what we're cooking. This pipe seam on this map, I don't think I've ever seen it broken in any other. Again, this is Sheikah from a year ago. Don't look at me like that. I don't know what I'm doing either. Okay. I just maybe it's nice to be able to reinforce over here, so we'll see if this pays off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have gone and hit this. It's a little presumptuous to assume there's a tank covering this. This is very passive. I think I would have gone and given this Riki a smack and just kind of punished it for being there. But it's not even like covering this tank either. So this tank's just doing a whole lot of jack diddly squat. It's not coming to smack in this recon. It's not going over here to cover the tank. It's rough. We're in rough straits. I really am desperate to hit this city, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're hitting that city. Build an anti-air. This is very good. This is a day 9 anti-air. This is pretty good time to build an anti-air. There's going to be a lot of copters coming for Grit. Grit really wants a lot of anti-air. Probably like twice as many as a normal CO. Just because of how much there is here. 7-6. I think this is a bit of a mistake. I think I would have tried to clear this in order. Again, this, you see there's no copter, so I would absolutely just use this to wreck face, and then use your tank to come and kerplow on me. Especially now that you have knowledge of the airport. Like, I guess there could be one hiding like back here, but most likely not. I'm just getting my units picked off left, right, and center. It's a bloodbath. And yeah, just absolutely schlop mopped. So already day 10, I would say we are hard losing, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good. Look at this. On a road! On a road 3! Oh, look at this. God, Grit tanks. Oh, Grit versus Von Bolt. And it taken damage back. That was a 7 HP tank. I don't even kill it. We don't even kill it. Grit tanks, ladies and gentlemen, are abysmal. And now we've cleared the way. Time to see if this pays off for us. If the little Gritroach can come back. Luckily we had 2 tanks in the area. Clean that up. Finally get my city. It's a lovely day. Grit's finally getting a bit of income. More tanks. And I have my first artillery over here as well. The nice thing about artillery in this map is that they have a very quick reinforce to where I want to be. So they only take 2 turns to really get into position most of the time. Yeah. Just never letting off the pressure. Attacking every infantry. And unfortunately, my anti-air is just slightly out of position to kill this copter, which is very unfortunate. But we are going to be able to shoot an anti-air. Bonk! Drops down to 2. I'm not sure where this artillery is going. We don't even use our full movement here. I'm very passive in the past, I noticed. Which, like, granted, I'm Grit, but there's a limit. Now, the fortunate thing with being in this forest is that the only thing that can attack this is the infantry right here. You're not really going to be able to clear this wall here very easily, even if you are Von Bolt. We also have a second anti-air. We already see the anti-air coming in. I think I'm going to be building a lot of those from here on out. But yeah, Von Bolt is just doing a phenomenal job. Front shifts me away from the anti-air. Smart. This T-copter is just going the fuck in. It is actually crazy. This is my side of the map, by the way. This would be an overextension in any other game, but not here, because you're fighting Grit, and you need to keep him on the back pedal. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about, where Von Bolt is like really just putting his boot on Grit's neck, like so early. I should get this property. I think this was a huge blunder letting me ever get this property, because now that I have it, it's going to be really hard to take it back. Delete that, delete that. Luckily, I was smart enough to recognize where the battlecopter went and built another anti-air. Because, God, I need anti-air. This artillery is also at a pretty good spot here. It covers both of these tanks very well. So getting here to kill it is very difficult. This anti-air's gotten, like, no use, by the way. He's gotta be very frustrated I got that city. I would be if I was Von Bolt. We actually based it, but we don't build an infantry. We based it. Battlecopter, recon, tank. No infantry. We don't need it. Infantry are for suckers. Nice little bonk. Knock that down to 2. I think that's fortunate that I killed that. I might be wrong. I'd have to look. But I think it's unlikely I'd kill a Grit tank like that. That was very, very lucky. Bonk, dead guy. I actually hit the 50-50 roll here, too. The 50-50 infantry gambit. Get that roll. Anti-air comes in. Bonk. Can I get to that? I can get to the copter. That's beautiful. Fully interrupt that. 8 HP tank from downtown. Hits that guy. Dead copter. On the city, too, which is very fortunate. And I get a tank strike from the city. Von Bolt! Von Bolt! Von Bolt is so miserable to fight when you have such low firepower, man. I don't even have, like, normal firepower. I have negative firepower. I finally built myself a Gritcopter. Probably to supplement my my units. But here's the thing, right? I base stip, too. Oh, my God. The base stips. Oh, little Sheikah, what are we doing? Little Sheikah, you need to wake up. Little Sheikah. I think what's even crazier about this, though, is despite how aggro Von Bolt has been, he's still down in terms of units. Wait, I am still alive. The Gritroach is not subsiding, ladies and gentlemen. The Gritroach lives. I probably would have just cleaned this tank here instead of repairing. Bonka bonka. But let my tank heal is definitely a choice. Not a good choice, but it is certainly a choice you can do. I would be definitely trying to kill as many great units as we can. The things I haven't talked about here is there's been no powers yet. I'm sitting on a Grit Super. And we're starting to proliferate a lot of artillery. But we're also nearing an Ex Machina, which is very bad. Because Ex Machina is freaking scary. Here I am, finally trying to get my safe city. What is this? Look at those shooty boys! By the way, this pipe seam is done jack all, by the way. Another shooty boy. Anti-air. You can't let Grit set up shop. You can't let him do it. So now, despite how aggressive Bomb Bolt has been, and he's been aggressive, but the way to an artillery is open. Will we see an Ex Machina before a Grit power, I wonder? I think we could. Ooh, are we gonna do an Ex Machina? We're close. We gotta be close. Ooh. I don't think we have enough. I think we're just shy. No Ex Machina. I'm pushed to my bases. Super Snipe! Grit Super! It's so uncommon to see a Grit Super because it's like considered bad because a Grit Super is no extra firepower. You just did an extra range. So all of the Grit artillery are now battleships. Deletes the recon, deletes an infantry, 1 HP, finishes that off, deletes a tank, copter violence, kills another copter, kills another copter, boom, kills another tank, attack there, tank on city, finishes off an anti-air. Now this is scary. These guys are scary. They're near my HQ. Oh, look at this sneaky. Oh, a third copter dead in one turn. So much overcharge. Oh, okay, I have to just watch this thing of beauty. So, Grit needs, Bomb Bolt needs about 5k. There's 4. Dead infantry. There's his power, so just 9 HP of tank. Everything now is overcharge. That's dead. That's deleted. Dead copter. Dead copter. Dead tank. Hit another tank. Dead anti-air. Another dead copter. This is like 20,000 overcharge. It's actually incredible how much overcharge is. Smart. Sack this infantry to turn this to a 1 HP. Very smart. Building a battlecopter to defend the HQ, also very smart. But the Ex Machina is coming. And I don't think Paz Cheetah set a magnet. Ex Machina coming down. Barrow hits me dead center. And keep in mind, this was back before Ex Machina stunned Von Bolt's own crap. I think nowadays it stuns his own stuff. Back then, this was not the case. So all of Von Bolt's stuff. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it still doesn't. And I'm gaslighting you. If I'm gaslighting you, I'm sorry. But, needless to say, we got pretty freaking white. But look at the unit value. Despite that, we're ahead in unit value. The little Gritroach. The little roach. He lives. Oh, look at this little guy. He thinks he's getting that from the top. Boink. Nerd. Don't think so. Hidden tank. God, this sucks. With the extra 10% defense. Yeah, maybe Von Bolt always never stunned his own stuff. And I'm gaslighting and misremembering. I swear he did at one point. But the little Gritroach is still living despite it all. Despite all the copters, man. Despite all the tanks. I'm kind of forcing Von Bolt to build tanks over recons because, like, I'm building tanks. Like, I'm building tanks as Grit. We just see retreat, healing. I don't really like healing versus Grit. I think you really want to sack their stuff to make wall breaks, but to be fair, there's no walls to break. I don't know where this guy's going. He's off on a little adventure, he is. We're using infantry to fight tanks. God. But okay, I need anti-air now. Boom, boom, boom. Kill that guy. Sneaky little guy. Copter hit. But now we're seeing the Grit pool. 1, 2, 3, 4 artillery and anti-air in there. This is a little scary. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not halfway through this game. The Gritroach still has some roaching to do. So we're full retreating now for the most part. So many weak infantry too. There's another thing too. Like Von Bolt needs to like come up with a game plan. Like he's doing okay, but he isn't winning anything, right? This is the problem. This is still neutral. He hasn't captured this. This is still... He needs to come up with a plan here to actually make something happen. He's spamming the anti-air now because he sees that I'm building quite a few copters. So artillery goes over here. Just... this torrent... Bonk, bonk. I'm like, oh, there's a dude in here. Let's go take that dude out. We don't want that dude back there. Luckily, I'm in range of this copter that I know is there, so it should be really... Oh, actually, I don't know if I have anything to get in vision of it now. I might have blundered and not been able to kill that copter. That's a free copter, but... I think Shikibane blundered triple arty. You know it's a good turn for Grit when he feels he can build triple artillery. This is what Grit would love to do, is just spam artillery all day long. It's what he wants to do. But... Another T-Copter. Okay, a second T-Copter is facetious. Come on. That, like, the first T-Copter, fine. Two T-Copters. Are we playing Sami? But we are starting to make a pool of our own. I think Von Bolt's best idea he could have is to push towards ZH2. It's the most vulnerable thing on the map. We have infantry that can get in range within 2 days, and we have a T-Copter. So, that would be what I would do. I wouldn't worry about this schlop over here. I would come over here. But, I've got nice fish jump within 3 tons, so I'm getting my artillery in range. We are just starting to nestle on in. I think I'm realizing where the pressure is too. With all the artillery. Boom, 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 boom. So many shooty boys. Never letting this happen. Not in a million years. Sends in this infantry to its doom. Sees 2 artillery and a battlecopter. Fortunately, because he put it here, his battlecopter can outstrike my battlecopter. But gets a nice hit there, which is unfortunate. Fortunately, though, I do have 3 frickin' anti-airs. So, these copters are all dead. Would this tank kill? Oh, 3 HP infantry. Through the fog, by the way. That's a... Oh, we just don't care. We just don't care. This is a little sus. Also, love flying the battlecopter right next to the anti-air. That's just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. It's a beaut. Oh, man. So many copters are dying. There's at least 4. Alright. Snipe attack. We're see it. Alright. So this is going to be a pretty deceptive attack. There's a lot of artillery that are going to do things. That's a dead tank. That's pretty much a dead tank. That's a dead tank. That's a dead recon. That's a dead copter. That's a dead copter. That's a dead copter. Well, actually, 1 HP. Oh! Nope, that's a dead tank. That's a dead tank. Hit that guy. That's a dead infantry. That's a dead copter. That's a dead tank. That's a smack to an infantry. That's a dead infantry. Capture the city. But we did so much damage. And we have another Ex Machina. But look. The sneaky roach. 33 units. The second Ex Machina. Pew! Stuns all of this schlop. So this is pretty devastating. We are losing a lot of copters too, and I'm getting no charge. Fortunately for me, my HQ is not being capped right now. If he had a capping infantry right now, this could have been GG potentially. But okay, bro. Oh, we're getting the APC to refuel the Techopter. This Von Bolt now has 3 transports. He's making a little sneaky grab for this property. Luckily for me, I have an infantry here, ready to counter. Another copter's dead. Well, practically dead. The extra Von Bolt defense kind of sucky. Another copter. I'm just throwing copters. I don't know why I'm so, like, insistent that, like, things need to die now. Like, I'm throwing copters in range of anti-airs. Like, these both are dead. Anti-air is over here. It's a nice strike, too. It's actually a pretty good strike, admittedly. Also, we got ourselves a property. We're only down 4,000 income as Grit versus Von Bolt. We are alive. The Gritroach is dancing on his half of the map. And Von Bolt, he's struggling over here. Kills another artillery. Caps the HQ. Thank God we built this copter. If I had not been copter spamming, we lost. Recon and recon violence, he just disapproves. But now even this city's coming out of fire. Like, we are, despite everything, we are starting to be on the back foot again. Like, this would have probably been a done game if I hadn't built a copter this turn. Snipe attack comes in. That's a dead recon. That's a dead tank. Hits the infantry. Smart. Kill the infantry. Don't even give it a chance. That's dead. Wiping out all of those units. And now the HQ is looking pretty safe. My vision over here is poor, though, by the way. Here. I should have sent this tank over here to get vision of it. I could have killed a copter for free. And put a unit on my my city. There's a chance I'm going to lose a city here. The resilient Gritroach. Still holding on to a thread despite how, like, overdoing. We just don't have stuff. This is the problem. Von Bolt is pushing, and he's pushing hard, but he just doesn't have the stuff. He doesn't have the stuff, probably because we wasted so much money on transport units. Bro, imagine if these were actually 3 vehicles that could do damage. So even though, like, Von Bolt's at 21 units, he's really at only 18. Because we're just doing our Sami roleplay out here. Interesting though, he has the actual the airport lock. So Von Boat's poor vision and just his insistence on brawling all of the time, every time, is getting the best of him. Just absolutely shredding it. I don't know why we didn't choose to kill this infantry here. I guess maybe we're afraid of a tank, but that's dead. Just all the artillery are just doing their jobs. They're weak, sure, but like they're doing their job. The Ex Machinas are coming. Again, we're nearing the third one, by the way. This is an expensive power, 126,000. We're on day 23. We're nearing the third Ex Machina, and there's no clear winner. We are just... we just have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Von Bolt, trying his best to stomp out this grit, and he can't do it. The Gritroach is dancing. There's so many artillery in position at this point that pushing in with the units he has is just leading to more and more casualties. But he is whittling them down slowly. And it's not like Grit has much vision either. My vision's been terrible. And we see a bomber. Big boy bomber. Now, bombers are actually really interesting because Grit anti-air don't kill them. They drop them to like 2 or 3 HP. You need missiles to kill those. Or 2 anti-air. So I actually kind of like the bomber. We actually opt to use the anti-air because I can't reach the top door anyway to instead go and interrupt this cap. I'm not sure. Oh, this artillery's out of ammo. This artillery, I retreated to a city because it's out of ammunition. This artillery is also out of ammunition. They don't have ammo. What is this game? We have Grit artillery running out of ammunition. That's how many times they've fired. They have no ammo. This is insane. Like, this is why I had to show this game. This game is so nutty. We are on day 25, and there is no clear winner. The merciless Von Bolt versus the pesky Gritroach carries on. Here comes the bombers. Trying to sneak yet another property away from Grit. Trying to hit 2 properties. What way I move this artillery this turn to heal up? I want to keep those artillery alive. And we see the second bomber. Mr. President, a second bomber has hit the HQ. This is going to be interesting to see how this goes here. Interrupt. 9-7, by the way. We're starting to push up over here. Interrupts that cap. This artillery has to go in the city to refill its ammo. But this one's back. He's got a whole new 9 shots. Artillery have 9 shots. So the fact that one ran out of ammo, 2 of them ran out of ammo, is a testament to the crazy factor of this game. Also, just the poor vision again. We just don't have any vision at all. We actually get wall broken. He kills my precious anti-air. Fortunately, I have a second one. But like I just said, Grit anti-air do not one-shot bombers. This is looking scary. And now there's a third The third bomber. We have a bomber chain. When do you see that? When do you see a chain of bombers? I've heard of a tank chain. I've heard of a Neo tank chain. I bet you ain't ever seen a bomber chain. Especially in like normal funds. This isn't a high funds game. There's just that many bombers. There's so many infantry. We kill the APC. APC-chan. She's dead. Kill that guy. Probably actually one of the worst powers I've used. I didn't get a lot of kills. There's a lot of artillery that just don't get to fire. I'm trying to, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm, like, trying to protect my city at all costs. There's so many anti-air. By the way, count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anti-air. Ex Machina. Where's it gonna hit? For once, it hits a dead front that has nothing. For once, Little Sheikah directs that Ex Machina away from everything important that's happening. Hitting this doesn't matter. This is where it's all happening right now. The bomber chain cometh. The bomber chain. You see a medium tank? Medium tank versus Grit is questionable. I don't really get the medium tank. The bomber chain was hype. I don't understand what the medium tank's for. I guess it's to fight the tanks, but I feel like your own tanks do that well enough. Strike another bomber with her anti-air. Kill out that tank. Fortunately, they don't have any infantry, despite all these transports, to actually capitalize on their winning. 2 anti-airs. I'm so desperate. Day 28 rolls in, and we're like even on unit value. Like this has been wild. Look at how overextended these bombers are. They are within 1 turn of the base. He doesn't care. These pilots are flying to their doom, ladies and gentlemen. Can't hit this one, unfortunately. I can kill the 5 HP. Respect to this Bopter for not moving, by the way. That ain't happening. That isn't happening. That's dead. A lot of schlop over here. A lot of dead units. If only I had some healthy infantry over here, I could maybe sneak to this property away from him. Do some real damage. We just see more anti-air. 2 more anti-air. So many anti-air. But tanks are coming in anyway. The bombers keep coming. It's like you gotta run out of anti-air eventually. We're in base range. We don't care. We don't care. Oh my god. We're... How many Redemption World games have you seen where the 1 base is flying into base range of the 2 base? Clearly I should have built a Brit battleship. Fortunately, they don't know about this sneaky little... Unfortunately, they are going to steal this property, but I'm confident I get that back. And the bombers have returned, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new bomber. Snipe attack. Dead. Attack the bomber. Kill the copter. Kill the tank. Once again, down to 2 ammo on this guy. Would someone please think of the ammunition? It's a flip. Gets 2 HP bomber gets trapped, bruh. Turns out bombers can't win against anti-air spam. Who would have thought? Okay. We did not build a second APC. I just want to tell you about the stats real quick. Can I see the stats? We have killed 421,000 value, by the way. And the game is still not over. If this were a live league game, Von Bolt would win here. But it's Global League. There's no day limit. We are buying an APC to refuel our T-Copter that could just fly to the airport. See, we're just cleaning up the bomber schlop. All those bombers died so we could get this property. But we're going to get that back. Now he's front shifting over to the other side again. That's so funny. That's so funny that we got trapped. It's so funny. Well, there we go. We have our refueling station over here. Look at this. We're getting a quadruple refuel. Never mind. It's only a triple. He didn't do the funny. Just have... Really? We don't one-shot T-copters with our... Fucking Grit is so bad. Grit is the worst CO of all time. Oh my goodness. We don't one-shot T-copters with anti-air. We don't one-shot T-copters with anti-air. I'm depressed saying that sentence. Yet the Gritroach, day 32, is just camping his side of the map, saying, "You can't kill me, Von Bolt. You've tried. You've tried all the tricks in the book." Medium tank comes in. It's gonna die. Here we go, pushing in yet again, but we have got the snipe attack. Another CO power. Bonk. Bonk. Deleted. Hit. Hit that. Interrupt the capture. Hit the bomber. Sit on the HQ. You're not capping my HQ, buddy boy. Down 6,000 income. And the Gritroach lives. Ex Machina. Hits the front again. I'm good. We have once again redirected the Ex Machina away from our front. This is the fourth Ex Machina. Four Ex Machinas, and the game is not over. 4 powers. We once again have the bomber chains. The bomber chain. This artillery is out of ammunition. I've never seen so many artillery run out of ammunition. Now we build an APC. We've decided it is our turn to do the APC minigame. And I actually remember why. I'm going to talk a little bit. I remember very little of this game. But I remember why I built the APC. I built the APC because I think at this point I recognize that, like, I'm not dying, but I'm not winning. This will just go on until day 700 if I keep playing this way. I need to win. And the only way I'm going to win is to go for the HQ. So, because I'm seeing all the action happening over here, my plan is to have a covert operation to snag Lord Jaw's HQ when he's not looking. And that's what the APC is for. We'll see if that plans out. So much anti-air. Retreat, kill a copter. Just fall back, my friend. Using the terrain to my advantage. Fortunately, this city has an artillery pointing at it, so he's never capturing that. Ever. Not in a million trillion years. Bombers come in. Unfortunately, I'm lacking anti-air forces over on the left here. But we're pushing. The time to push is now, apparently. We have another bomber. Just bombers everywhere. So many goddamn bombers. I don't know what this is doing. You're never getting that, sir. Sir, the APC driver should be arrested for a DUI for that maneuver. That's shot. That's dead. Snipe attack. Not in range. Boom. Boom. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Kill his APC. Wipe all those infantry out. Dead tank. Dead anti-air. Copter on copter. Wipe out the tanks. Kill the anti-air. Defend the anti-air. I even attacked the T-copter. And I build the missiles. At this point, I've recognized that I am not killing these bombers quick enough. I've seen, 5 bombers in this game. I'm like, my anti-air just suck. We build a missile. A missile-chan. Exclusively to deal with the bomber problem. The bomber problem of 89. Day 36. And now we're starting to see that Grits units are getting a little crazy. My little covert operation APC. The sneaky APC in the woods. While Lord Jaw is fighting for control over here. Look, I've got this artillery here. He's never getting that property. This is what I'm talking about, man. Also, Lord Jaw is down to only a single transport unit, by the way. I just want to point that out. The bomber chains! The bomber chain again! Just deleting infantry. Deleting those crappy little infantry, bro. Kill the copter. I can't kill the bomber, so I might as well kill the copter. I have to retreat my covert operation. It is no match. No match for the weight of bomber chain. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't build a carrier or something stupid at this point. Meanwhile, Missile-chan has nestled herself safely in this woods and actually covers quite a bit. Any bomber that flies in here is getting kerpowed now. And good luck revealing that missiles at this point. But now all the bombers, they're flying west for the winter. Lord Jaw has decided that the bombers shall go to the west. But once again, this is what Grit wants. He wants to just sit here and build units. Just sits on my half of the map. And then I build another missiles. A second Missile-chan. Day 38. And the game is not over. But we are preparing. We are preparing, ladies and gentlemen, for the final assault. The bombers. The bomber convention is in town, ladies and gentlemen. And I am just bawling. We are bawling. Grit is reaching his max potential. But is it enough? Another freaking APC. 3 APCs built by this madman. Four bombers. Four bombers! Have you ever seen such a thing? Goes in, and I reveal bombers, and I'm like, oh no! I'm like, this is where it's all gonna happen. A third missiles! The third one! Look at this missile shot in the back, bro! Look at him! Look at them in the back! We're starting to push north. I see nothing. And I'm like, okay, we can push. The grit wall is coming. 47 units, by the way. But they don't want to commit a bomber. They don't want to commit yet. They're waiting. Lord Jaw biding their time. Dead, dead. Kill all that stuff. Look at this push on the right. Look at this wall, dude. Missiles. 5 artillery. 5 anti-air. But is it enough to fight the 5 bomber squadron of Von Bolt? Look at all of this. Take back my city, and now we're pushing on other cities. Mega tank. Von Bolt, scared for his HQ, builds a mega tank. This madman. This absolute maniac. And I'll tell you what this mega tank's job is. This mega tank's job is to drive here and just sit here the whole game and not die. That's a mega tank on an HQ with extra 10% defense, 50% defense mega tank. I don't even know if an artillery does 1 damage to it at that point. Oh, I actually think I deleted a unit. Did I delete something? I did. I deleted this 2 HP infantry to make room for more stuff. Oh man, this is getting intense. Both missiles are in place. Here comes the mega tank. Gets trapped. You got trapped, bro. Bombers flying in. The bombers are done flying west. Dude, this recon just comes in and sees all that, bro. But, as scary as this push is, it's bomber hunting season, ladies and gentlemen. Missile-chan, delete the bomber! Snipe attack! Artillery, delete that man! Missile-chan, second bomber! Delete that tank! Delete this man! Delete this man! Dead! Here come the anti-air! Boom, boom! 4 bombers. 2 bombers literally killed, 1 bomber pretty much killed. And now we're capturing all of this stuff. Von Bolt let his front slip. But the Ex Machina cometh. I buy a fighter. I buy a fighter for the bombers. A grit fighter, ladies and gentlemen. Stuns all my stuff. It's dead. All my things. All my apes gone. And they're pushing in. What does one do? We see a Von Bolt rocket. He senses it. He senses the covert operation. Luckily, there's nothing to fight this fighter, by the way. The Meditank cannot get there in time, ladies and gentlemen. The movement is not true. It is wrong. The movement is dishonest, ladies and gentlemen. Attach me there. The rocket. I don't know why it didn't go here. It doesn't cover. Why did you not move it over here, Lord Jaw? Your hubris has cost you. Just punching in with everything. Poor missiles doing their best. Boom. Boom. Capture the HQ! The Meditank did not arrive! Kill the things! The fighter doing God's work! There is nothing to fight a fighter! Snipe attack for the extra defense! It is day 45. We have seen over 5 Ex Machinas. We have seen bomber chains, multiple APCs, more transports, so many transports that made Sami blush. We've seen 3 missiles get built. A rocket versus Grit, a Meditank. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord John resigns! Victory! Day 45! Victory! Ladies and gentlemen, it's when I saw this game in my backlog, I couldn't believe that it never got picked up by any of the people I sent it to. That was probably one of the craziest games I've ever had. Man, Little Sheikah did not know how to pressure with Grit. Did not know what to do. Little Sheikah spent 30 days cowering in fear on their half of the map. Until finally, like day 42, they slowly push up to grab the HQ. Insane behavior. But like at the same time, this was just 2 players who did not know how to win the game. Neither player, like, Jaw just kept stomping and stomping and stomping and just was praying that the Gritroach would die. And he never did. The Gritroach persevered. The Elida Tua Gritroach theory is like just the most true thing I've just literally hashtag true I've seen. That you just can't kill this man. He does not die. You can throw bomber chains, you can throw rockets, Meditanks, whatever you want at him, and the man will find a way to live. You know, except in Live League, where he has 30 days or he just dies. But, you know, in Global League anyway. But this was a very funny trip down memory lane. Just an absolute mess of a match between Little Sheikah and my man Lord Jaw, who did the wackiest things. Godspeed to you, Mr. Jaw, wherever you are now. I hope you're doing well. You gave me a delight, good sir. This was beautiful. Thank you so much for this game. And to all of you lovely people, thank you for watching this hour-long game. Hour-long video. That's my first one of these that's been this long. And for any aspiring Gritroaches out there, all I can say is, no. Get some help. Don't do this. Don't play 45-day-long Grit games. Don't do this. You have better things to do with your life. Don't do this. What a mess. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Enjoy your best bomber chains. Arrivederci.